1. Round 1. Capture the objective. The objective is now active.
Not so fast.
Yep. All right, hello everybody. We are in map 1 here. We are against Arizona University, Northern Arizona University Overwatch. We are here, Oasis map 1. UWRF is running a ball dive comp here, and we have an environmental death. UWRF has the control of site here, but slowly getting taken over by Arizona. Ball is still fighting his way around, getting so many picks here. This is good for UWRF. Slowly whittling down the team here. I got a pick from Scorpio up top on Zen, but gets traded out by Sombra. So far, looking good for this first capture for UWRF.
By the way, I'm Vinny. I'm the coach of the Overwatch team. I'm your second caster here, and I'm joined by
Wyatt.
Yeah, so we'll be guiding you through tonight's match. So far, UWRF already 50% to holding this thing. Arizona swapped to the Pharah, however, just gets instantly taken out by the ball. This is going to be a really hard challenge here, as Sojourn actually does live that pulse bomb, but does go down here. Arizona 3v5 here. It's going to be really hard with their immobile comp to kind of play around this divey map, right? You notice when UWRF was in control of first point here, right? They had high ground control, and when Arizona went to point, they couldn't really contest the Zen on high ground and kind of lost. So this time they decided they were going to contest high ground. However, contesting high ground like that on this kind of comp leaves you really open to getting slammed by ball, which is exactly what happens. And they just kind of got flanked from the behind by Tracer and went down, and the fight has kind of been, the map has kind of been all UWRF here. Sojourn out of position once again, gets hacked by the Sombra, will get pieced out here. The minefield comes out. Lucio not able to get beat off, loses the beat here. UWRF just has a wealth of ultimates here. They're going to just clean this map out real easy. Arizona swapping all of their heroes here a couple times is really just going to cost them their ult economy, and they're just never really able to put up a fight this map.
Yeah, I did notice that they have a very stagnant team comp here. They were switching up their tanks to Ram and Ryan there, but and then the instant switch to Pharah, but none were successful really.
Yeah, here we're going to yet again what I would consider another dive favored map. We're seeing another rush comp kind of come out from Arizona State with the Lucio Ramatra. Ramatra probably being the strongest rush comp in the meta at the moment. UWRF is just going to stick with the dive that treated them really well. Expect to see a lot of high ground control looking for this high ground up here, as it is kind of key to taking over this map. That's why you're kind of seeing the soldier come out from red team here, Arizona. So kind of expect. Well, interestingly, the soldier's going mid. As you can see, UWRF is headed towards the high ground here. They've only got the Tracer. Ram kind of stuck out here, got the Discord on him.
Yep.
And Soldier just traded out by the ball here. And now we're fighting a 5v4. There down goes Soldier. And I think expect the rest to follow suit here pretty quickly. Baptiste, no more immorts. He's just going to get run down by ball. And quite literally just punched to death. So first cap here goes to UWRF, and that's a very big deal on this map specifically. It's really easy to stall this point, as you can kind of just play ring around the rosy forever. So actually finishing out a team fight quickly and decisively is really key on this map. Expect a dive to come in here at this doorway with this ball sitting up here.
Yep.
This ball is clearly looking for a slam. Out comes slam.
Yep.
Baptiste forced to use Immort.
Off the map.
Boom. Soldier instantly booped off map. And Bap getting sucked, run down by 3 members of this. Ram in his Nemesis form is discorded and is going to go down here. Just too much damage for Arizona to really handle here.
Yep. This third team fight might also be a wrap because UWRF is building up alts rapidly. We got mines coming in, and then the logic bomb.
Swapping the Lucio for the Ana, I think the idea here is probably to sleep the ball so that he can't get the slam off. However, that does sacrifice the Lucio speed. That is very crucial on to like to at least maneuver yourself, to make yourself a little less stagnant, a little easier to avoid the dive here.
Yeah, that might hurt them.
Slam, hacked Ana. She can't use any abilities. Dead. However, Arizona does take high ground and kills both supports. We might see UWRF here now just opt to stagger the point here. Tracer and Ball kind of just flying around. Ball's going to go grab Mega and then recontest here. Sparky does find a pick onto the Soldier. Slam coming in. Baptiste low. Baptiste traded out by the Sombra Ball. Point still not flipped over.
Sombra's getting those picks on site here. It's big.
Yep, Sombra 2 frags. Yeah.
UWRF is coming back onto the site. The mines go
Ana
down.
hat EMP out. And it's looking like this is just going to be a clean map win for UWRF here.
There we go.
Yeah, kind of exactly what I said would happen happens, where they got the 2 picks, they were up in the fight, but they just didn't have the mobility to actually hunt down UWRF, and UWRF just stalled, and then started picking back, and it was all over after that.
Yeah, I think the lack of mobility, like you saw them all condense up in that choke point there. I don't know if it's going to be, no, it's the first capture. But that first or the second map, very congested in that one area, getting the slams, very useful.
So the thing about Rush or Brawl comps, right, is you're grouped up, right? And so when you're running in grouped up as a team, right, you're just perfectly like grouped for the ball slam, and you can't see the Sombra coming. Tracer can be hiding off in an off angle, and the slam comes in, and then all of a sudden you have 2 DPS on you and you're dead. And the thing is like, in past metas before this patch came through, right, with the 20% reduction in healing now from the DPS passive, burst healing to actually survive these dives is just not as powerful as it used to be. So dive has kind of swung to become the new meta for the first time since basically the launch of Overwatch 2. And so what we're seeing is that dive is kind of what's become more important in the game now is damage mobility. Not so much the burst healing and survivability, but damage and healing, and it just killing your opponents before they can react or survive or use their cooldowns has just kind of become the new meta. And I think it's going to take maybe a little bit for some teams to like reacclimate and relearn new characters and learn new heroes and actually kind of get used to the new meta. And so I think what we're seeing here is probably Arizona not being ready for the dive meta and not really like being too practiced into it either.
That is true. The new patch just came out. I've been playing a bit myself, but I'm only platinum, so haven't really done much with that. I have noticed the projectile buff.
Oh yeah, you're hitting more shots. You're feeling like a good player.
Yeah, very, very fun. I have been seeing a lot of Tracer.
Tracer is probably the best character on the patch. Now, I would say before the hotfix, I would say Zen was, because he had 275 health, and his kick knocked back twice as what it does now. But Zen is still incredibly strong, right? You saw like Ram just couldn't play into the Zenyatta at range, right? He could never get onto Zen, and Zen would just put him way too low. By the time he did get on top, like he just would be dead already. So Zen and Tracer are really strong right now, and they complement each other super well, right? You have the Harmony Orb for the Tracer on the flank that stays for 5 seconds, plus you have the Discord Orb for her to either duel somebody coming for Zen or just chunked out, kill, burst, one clip, whoever the Discord Orb lands on. So right now, like, that's also been part of what has kind of shifted the meta towards dive, is like those two characters are like the top of the meta, right? Tracer and a lot of the spray characters benefited a lot from the projectile and hit scan change, right? Tracer especially, right? Her spread used to mean that, like, if you're shooting, you're going to miss a lot of bullets regardless of what you do. And now if you have good aim, those bullets don't really miss anymore. So you're just finding that even though targets have more health, Tracer's still easily able to, like, one-clip people, especially with Discord Orb and Melee, and that's just kind of what's made her just kind of a monster now, especially too because Tracer's also one of the characters that abuses health packs the best out of all the DPS, because she has the mobility to actually take advantage of them, and those aren't reduced by the DPS passive. So
True.
she's really easy. Like, she doesn't require a lot of healing, which healing got worse this patch. She got buffed with the spread change, so that helps her. And then on top of it, like, a lot of the mobility characters are good now because healing is worse, right? So she just kind of, everything kind of tipped in her favor. And also Tracer's kit is just kind of like, it's just a very good kit, right? Like, Blink is just like one of the best abilities in the game. You're able to trade out abilities for like a 3-second cooldown, right? You can dodge cast nade, you can dodge like helix, you can dodge, bullets, you can make just whatever you need. Blink can really do it if you have the skill for it, right? And then recall as well is just another really strong ability that also isn't impacted by the 20% DPS healing nerf. So Tracer really winning this patch. They actually did nerf her in the quick patch. They just reduced her range by 2 meters, which is impactful, right? She can't just like poke you out as much before she goes in and just kills you. So she does have to play a little bit closer. But overall, like, if you're playing well, it's not really going to matter. So yeah, UWRF has been practicing dive basically since the patch came out. And I think you can kind of see, like, they've got it down now. Like, they're starting to get pretty good at it, and they're getting good at dismantling these rush comps, right, that just don't have the range or the mobility to actually get on them. They're just, hey, they're running at us. We're just going to dive them at this point on the map, this choke or this, like, doorway or whatever, and then we're just going to kill whoever is just the easiest to kill. And yeah, if you're not practicing to dive, you're not ready for it coming, like, good luck, man. It's not easy to play into.
Requires a lot of team coordination as well, so.
Yeah, it does. So Circuit Royale is the map pick here. That's definitely not as much of a dive map as it is a poke map, right? Not a ton of flank routes available. Just a lot of long sight lines on every point of the map. So Widowmaker, another actually big winner of this patch with the projectile change. They did nerf her hitbox. She was a little bit ridiculous. So that is reined in a little bit, but she's still a very strong pick. Sigma, another actually pretty strong tank, just because the shield, the grasp, allow you to really negate the DPS passive. Here we go, right into map 2. Arizona is going to be attacking first here on the red side with blue. UWRF is going to be defending.
All right, let's see what the team comps are looking like here.
We'll have to wait here just like a bit.
Yeah.
About 10 more seconds and we'll be able to tell you. But I would predict we're going to be seeing a poke comp, probably a sig comp coming out of both teams here. Just the classic Circuit Royale comp. Just Sigma with Ashe and whatever poke DPS you have. And yep, that's exactly what we see, right?
Interesting Pharah pick for the amount of hit scan that UWRF has here.
Well, Pharah did get a rework, and she is a bit better now at just like avoiding the hit scans. She can't stay in the air forever anymore, but the projectile speed buff, the hit projectile size buff means that Pharah's just rockets are just way easier to hit, and she has a little bit of extra horizontal mobility, which makes her just a little bit harder to hit. The only question I have is that the support lineup from Arizona isn't the best to actually support that Pharah, right? Baptiste basically can't really help the Pharah that easily, and the Ana just has to kind of hard scope her or quick scope her, which isn't like the easiest shot in the world. So we'll see here. Pharah coming over the top. Sigma already poking her out. Pharah goes low. Almost killed, but she did also trade out the soldier. Here we go.
First
Dynamite came out on the staircase when they pushed on. We're fragging out the Mei already, and now it looks like we're going to be getting pushed back here. Another Dynamite coming out, but I don't think it tagged anyone this time. 9 pushing really aggressively, gets the Pharah. Immortality Forced is gone, but it is going to allow them to get out of there unscathed. They're going to just reset and wait for their DPS members to come back. We have the Widow swap here. Pharah swap to Widow. UWRF, hopefully they're paying attention here and hitting tab, because otherwise one of them might get caught out here with a stray headshot. Exactly why this Widow map is just a Widow map, right? Widowmaker can just kind of sit at range. She does get poked low by the soldier. She's going to have to go grab a health pack before she can regain the fight. Sigma slept. And Immortality down. Let's see here. Nobody exactly low. Sig antied here, but he has the grasp. Our Sig pushed here. Our Agent 9 going low. Agent 9 is going to fall here. They will trade back the Mei, but nobody is really left to contest the Widowmaker here. Their other Sigma going down here, and they're just trying to strafe this Widow desperately. Trying not to die here. Widowmaker will find the headshot.
Unfortunate.
Sparky not able to really peek this Widowmaker. Yep, and there it is.
There we go.
Widow kind of a dominant force on this map. It's really hard to deal with, especially if you don't have the tank.
And the ult coming down from Widow as well.
I'm going to expect one more recontest here. Ana not actually pushing the point all the way. She's waiting for her team here. Sig 9 dropping to contest point. Widowmaker kind of plinking away at him. 9 going really low here. Healing just not as good as it used to be.
Yep.
Not able to keep their Sigma up. And Arizona will take the first point here. And we're playing a dangerous game here. Don't play kind of flipping his life, hoping the Widowmaker isn't going to hit the shot.
Getting pushed back quite a bit here.
Yep, 9 is back up. He's rejoined his team. We can probably expect to see a bit more of a shove here. UWRF might just aim to hold kind of on this corner here. It is just easier to like LOS the Widowmaker. Widowmaker still kind of has a good spot. Ash picking the Widowmaker, but will fall in turn to the Sig. 9 getting kind of... Oh, 9 able to hit the rock to stop the Flux. 9 going in with a Flux of his own. Doesn't get rocked. Immort out to save his teammates. Coalescence coming in. Ana going low. Ana will be picked. Now we're just kind of brawling point. Mei probably going to fall shortly. Ice block forced.
Yeah.
Mei goes down here. Ana before she uses the ult, but unfortunately it looks like this fight is over. Widowmaker one shot here. Likely just going to get poked out. The Moira Orb does it.
Yeah, Sig in the backline of that team fight really just swept. As soon as you get one, they all fall.
Well, the huge hero play here from 9 was canceling the Sig, enemy Sig ult, then getting his own off into like just rocking and killing the Ana by himself in the backline. Just really carried that team fight. We see the pick, Ash, or the Widowmaker swap to a Sojourn here. The wall comes out, doesn't find 9. But they steadily push back here.
Yep, slowly but surely.
Bob comes out, hits the Sojourn, forces forces kind of the supports out of the fight here, and picks him.
Bap, yeah.
Yep, gets a double kill and kills the immortality field here. Sojourn really low, trying to get out here. 9 sniffs him out, and this should be an easy easy stagger kill here. Looking at ult economy, 9 almost already back to his Flux. We do have Jaden with the nano boost here. And not really anything. Maybe Baptiste wall comes up next fight for Arizona, but just they're not really working with a whole lot, I would say. They're going to need another couple fights before they really have anything.
Yeah, and it might not be enough time for those fights to occur.
Arizona opting for going under here. UWRF saw it coming, so it's not really like that much of a surprise. Grasp already used here. Doesn't block much.
Here.
Sojourn with the flank. I don't know though if she's gonna be able to get much here.
Yeah, no.
Nope. Baptiste falls to 9. That's gonna be both supports down for Arizona.
And with
this is gonna be, and they haven't really managed to push the cart at all this fight.
Yeah, this is a pretty hard contest here for Arizona. Not in a really good position with the cart here.
This is a very hard, difficult point to contest.
Mhm.
As you can see, the defense kind of just has all of the high ground, and you're kind of just pushing up a hill into them the whole
Yeah.
time. So it can be difficult pushing into this much high ground. It kind of does take ultimates to break, which is why I had brought up the ult economy on Arizona. This fight, they are going to probably build potentially 4 ults here.
Mhm.
We could be looking for an early Baptiste ult or a Flux. Well, here comes the Baptiste wall.
That'll get them some
UWRF
space.
is just going to trade the space away. So that's thing. Here comes the grab. 9 not able to get it this time. Sparky gonna go down, but he has it as himself and has the nano, so he's gonna get 2 there from his Flux.
Looks like UWRF is just
Yep,
gonna
it's
clean
gonna be
up.
last fight here, 15 seconds to go. So UWRF just dumps all their ults for the win, and it looks like it's gonna be a 2nd-point hold here as they're pushing up to kill the Moira. Yep.
There you go.
So pretty strong hold here from UWRF on 2nd, but we'll have to wait and see what their offense can do.
Yeah, so for countering Widow, especially on this map, as long as you got the Sig shield, other than that, you just got to play cover.
So playing sightlines, obviously, playing your own Widow happens a lot on first, I would say. You saw the Ashe, which isn't quite the Widowmaker. Defense is just a little bit trickier, right? Because you can't counter swap as easily as offense can. Because you're not, if you die on defense, you have spawn disadvantage. So you're going to get pushed really hard, and then you come back. Versus offense, you come out, it's not very long walk for you to go right back to your spawn and swap it up to whatever you want. We do see the Widowmaker coming out right away from Arizona, but like the problem with necessarily picking Widowmaker on defense here can be that UWRF can see that and just go dive.
Yep.
And they can just run the Widow down, and it can be really difficult to play. But that's kind of why it just comes down to the Sig battle, where it's like, can your Sig provide shielding for your Widowmaker to take the duel? There's a lot of things that go into it. But yeah, Widowmaker is just traditionally has been very strong on this map since it came out.
Sure, yeah.
It's just long sightline after long sightline. So we'll see here how we take it. Probably the Mercy coming out to just give our Widowmaker player an extra life to work with, right? Just usually a very safe to res the Widowmaker that got headshot across the map when there's no teammates. Arizona opting for not really a high ground hold here, which is kind of interesting. You see the Sig shield giving our Widowmaker just kind of free real estate here, but it is going to cost 9 his life. Ender not able to find the pick. There it is. Ender gets 1 pick. So, and then there's the Moira also gets picked by Sparky. So now we're going to see probably a fast regroup into a fight here. Here comes the ball for a really fast fight. You can see that their team is just going to be walking in. Slam, Baptiste is going to be dueling here. Down goes that. Bap forced away. May out in the open.
The rest of the team are on
The rest of the team is going to be rejoining just now, but you can see why Widowmaker just getting picks is so strong. Tracer kind of trying to duel the supports, not able to get it. Widow just kind of free shooting, and there's no longer a Widowmaker to contest her. So Mercy has kind of moved on now.
We see the pick from Ender.
Yep, Ender gets the pick. Ball just disrupting the back line. And he's not really killable with the poke comp, right? Like Sigma can't really deal with the ball. Tracer's really the only one who can on the team, but Tracer can't just abandon his team and just trace the ball the entire fight.
Yep.
So we're seeing just Sig slowly getting bullied out here. Widowmaker has repositioned. Sig going about half here. Does get the Moira pick here, which is going to be rough.
Yep.
This corner can be a bit tricky, especially if your Widowmaker isn't hitting consistent shots. It can be a little bit tough.
We have seen Enderfire hit a few shots this half already.
Hits the body on the, but isn't really able to do a whole lot to that Sig. Minefield coming out, doesn't get anybody. Valk coming out as well. Sigma is spread from his team.
Yep,
He's going to
there
go
you
down
go.
here. The Minefield zoning out the back line. No one really able to support him here. May ult
Probably
coming
gonna
out,
get
but the
picked here.
Mercy in a slightly precarious spot. Bap getting forced down by the Tracer ball. He's going to fall.
Oh, yep.
Bap Mine coming in to kind of assist the team with the May. And now we're going to probably see this first point go over to UWRF here.
Yep.
You can see you can opt out of the Sig duel and just go ball. Ball just
Oh my
cleaning up.
gosh. Yeah, look at that.
Gets the boop on the Moira top. And yeah, Ball just cleaning up, cleaning house here. Tracer contesting, but she's not going to last very long.
Emo field on card.
Yeah, Bap throws the Immortality field to try to save the Tracer, but it's actually going to end up costing him his life as the Ball just says hello and goodbye.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a poor positioning on Arizona's part for this half here, and even in last map, not really much fault of their own. The Ball's getting some very good boops here.
Yeah, well, no characters really on Arizona's team can super deal with the Ball right now, right? You don't have any really hard CC other than Rock, which is not going to result in the Ball dying even if you hit it. No DPS is really able to carry it out.
Oh, good mines
and
coming
then
in
Minefield, Tracer dive in, Coalescence coming out, and here we go, just everyone dead. Meanwhile, Arizona's Tracer just trying to kill the Widowmaker, but just isn't able to do it through the pocket, the Mercy pocket here.
Yeah, you can tell when UWRF is, once the Arizona groups up, it's kind of curtains after that. And there we go, it's map 2 to UWRF.
Yeah, no, Arizona is still just not able to deal with this Ball. I would be very surprised not to see Dive come out in the next map here. Let's see, I think this is probably, oh, this was the nanoed one. So this was after Sig, their Sig wasn't really able to get anybody. And 9 just cleaning house, doing a billion damage. Very well played. We'll have to wait to see what next map is picked.
Yep. So is there any reason that you maybe wouldn't see more I would say like dive ball comps in like casual or even ranked?
I would say that if you're talking the ladder, especially at lower MMR brackets, probably like metal ranks, right, plat below, Ball is definitely a weird character to play. So you'd probably, if you're going to see dive, you'd probably see a Winston or Diva come out instead, or a Doomfist because everybody likes to play Doomfist. But dive is definitely more of a, to play it really effectively, you need everybody in voice comms and people to kind of know what they're doing / be ready to like commit to a dive, which if you're playing with like randos in your metal ranks, you might not trust them, right? You might be like, nah, you're bad. Or like, I don't trust you to actually do this. Or last dive, you didn't go in when you said you were going to go in, and it like crumbles pretty fast. So that's why you probably won't see a ton of it on the ladder until you get higher MMR. Just because it does require more team coordination to run than say like a brawl comp where you're like, let's all stick together and run at the enemy team when Lucio speed boosts or whatever, right? Or let's all go point and just fight people or whatever, right? So that's probably why you're not going to see as much dive on the ladder, even though it is so strong. Now, if you're talking like GM Master Plus, right, Champ now, you do see a lot more of that, right? GM players are no stranger to playing what is good, and yeah, people are going to just play what wins them the most games, and if that's for example dive, then that's what they're going to play, right? So it's a lot more common there. And if you're talking like coordinated team environments where everyone you're playing and I'm coaching, right, I told them like, hey, this is really strong right now. We're going to learn this. I know you guys have been primarily a rush team, but just given the meta shift and how strong Tracer, Zen, Ball, all of these characters, Lucio, have become, I kind of just lean towards playing this comp a little bit more now than I did in the past, where it was like, where it was kind of just, it was like you had to really hard outplay the enemy team. You had to play around their burst, and it was just a lot harder. So going into this meta, it's just dive has kind of become king, and, well, that's where we're going to play it. So heading into map 3, UWRF is leading with a 2-0 map lead. So this could be the final map we see for Arizona if UWRF is able to take it. So we are seeing a mirror rush comp coming out here.
Yeah, very interesting.
First time UWRF has really rushed this series.
Yeah, is Rush better for this sort of this flashpoint game mode here?
I would say yes. I would say you can still force dive. That's why you're kind of seeing like Tracer is still really good on this point of point.
Oh.
But just in general, it's kind of like a control-y point. There's not a lot of space as much to dive around, so you're just seeing more of a brawl come out here.
First pick, we're trading off here.
However, it is a trade of Arizona's tank for their support. However, Ender goes down, and now it's not quite an even trade anymore.
Yep.
Arizona is taking this first point, Cap.
Yeah, there's a lot happening at once. What really happened at the? What was the determining factor there?
So, it was fine at the start. I think we did lose a support early, and we lost our main healer, Moira. So we kind of wanted, it was hard to like really play it because, yeah, while they did lose their tank, we didn't really have a way to heal back up after that. And so we kind of just got, the longer the fight went on, the less favored we are. However, we do get the tank pick here and the support. This is going to be just an easy cleanup.
And there we go, yeah. See us flushing out the rest of Arizona here. Scorpio getting quite low.
Yeah.
Going back to the team.
Sparky determining that it's not worth his life to chase down that potential stagger.
Yep. Good choice. All right, so we're seeing Queen come in here. Just rushing straight in. Seeing picks from UWRF. A lot of picks here. We got one support, one DPS down.
What happened there? I think the computer froze.
Oh, we are back. And unfortunately, we missed it all, but UWRF came out on top for this third team fight.
Yeah, you saw the Queen charge in there and used her rampage, or not her rampage, the cleave, and just kind of miss everyone because she went for the Moira and Moira just faded it, which is how she does get a lot of that healing from the bleed damage she applies, and she had used all of her gas and just kind of fell right after.
We might see a repeat of that with this fourth team fight.
However,
here.
High Noon, they're just running directly into High Noon, which picks the Moira.
Yep, all support's gone.
Oh, Overclock coming out.
Oh,
Overclock from Scorpio just picking everyone off.
Gets traded, though.
And Moira fragging out now.
There we go. Sparky. And there we go. Taking first flashpoint, UWRF.
Yeah. Despite Scorpio's best efforts to hard carry that fight, Bug Bomb and Sparky able to clean up the rest of the team members there from Arizona by themselves.
Yeah, but we have UWRF with 3 ults here on the board. Probably going to get an edge up in this next contest.
Yeah, however, you do have to look at that Queen ult, the Rampage coming out from Arizona. Just such a strong team fighting ult, right? Applies bleed, anti to everyone on the team. If you hit it, just can be just like a complete fight winner by itself.
That is true. We're seeing a lot of...
Here it is. The Rampage comes out. Only gets 2.
A lot of people, yeah.
Yep.
But
however,
yeah, the people that got hit by it are currently getting picked off. The rest of the team comes in to join the fight, but it is not enough, unfortunately. Lucio running back. Hopefully he doesn't get staggered here. And he makes it out. Just going to reset here and try to hit it again with their Queen ult.
Yeah, so Queen ult, as you can see, even though just getting the 2 members is still enough to just kind of win a fight if you don't have those defensive ults up.
We're seeing a pretty good setup here from UWRF, getting the high ground. Only Queen is in. We got the whole team and 3 hit with that Queen ult. Queen is alone on site.
However, the Coalescence, the squad wasn't really able to follow up Nine's engage there.
Yeah, unfortunate.
And so the team kind of had to split there and just got picked off when they spread a little too thin.
Unfortunate, and Sparky gets... Yep.
There's going to be one more chance at a fight here. UWRF does have sound barrier, but Arizona also going to have it as well. This is going to be basically an even fight.
Opting to rush straight onto site. Lucio head first.
However, they didn't get time to site in time, and site is going to go, that point will go over to Arizona.
All right, yeah, and this next team fight is also going to be equal unless we get some picks here. Yep, Scorpio unfortunately getting Sparky on the rotate to the next flashpoint.
This is just going to result in Arizona having point position advantage here. It doesn't unlock for another 10 seconds, so Sparky will likely be here in time for this next fight.
We're seeing, yep, Nine getting an initial pick on their Lucio.
And Sparky has rejoined here, so now it's going to be
Queen falls with the lack of support. Scorpio is next. We're seeing a domino effect here, and UWRF takes the control of the point.
Yeah, losing Lucio is just really rough in a rush mirror because you lose that ability to outmaneuver or at least maneuver equally with the enemy team because you lose that speed boost. So the second they lost that Queen then was kind of stranded out in the middle of nowhere and wasn't able to rotate fast enough and just went down to the damage out of UWRF here.
Yep, we're seeing the same strategy that UWRF implied to take this site initially. Let's see if it'll work. Nine getting an initial pick on Scorpio and Moira here.
Yeah, the Coalescence and the Queen aggression just results in 2 picks instantly. Comes out before Lucio's able to even drop the sound barrier to save his teammates. However, Queen is going to invest the Queen ult here to try and win this fight. But Nine is just going to patiently wait outside for the anti-nade to fall off, and then he's going to go in. However,
Arizona is coming in fast, unfortunately, getting Sparky up. We got to get UWRF back on site.
Yeah, Nine is just going to get probably staggered out here. Oh,
there we
Queen
go.
ult coming out from Nine. Nine going low. Will he get the health back? Does get the health back. Gets the beat as well, so he's going to stay up here for a bit longer.
And it's looking like UWRF has shifted the tide here, taking out their Queen.
Yep.
And their main, and Lucio here.
Yeah, Queen and Moira able to kind of work together here and pick off just one member at a time. First the Queen, then the Lucio. So they're actually going to keep control of this point here and take it.
Yep.
Looking into next fight, however, it looks like Arizona is going to have ult advantage just with the Reaper ult, which is pretty easy to outplay, especially if the Reaper telegraphs that he's going to ult. So we'll have to wait and see what's how Arizona plays with this Reaper ult.
Queen is slightly out of position. Yeah, that is Queen.
She will make it out though. She does have the Lucio speed, and it is really hard to kill tanks this patch if you don't have your team or your DPS with you.
And the early pick on Lucio here.
Yep. Remember what we said last time in a rush mirror. It's really hard to play when you don't have the speed to work with.
Yep. And it looks like, the pick on Sparky. And unfortunately, UWRF falls.
Yeah. So, unfortunately there, UWRF chose to kind of come through this really hard choke. And Sojourn just placed the grenade right in the center of it, and a bunch of them had to run through it, which it does. It does a lot more damage than you expect it to do.
For sure.
And it kind of got them low enough for the Reaper and just kind of cleaned them up afterwards. So despite getting the opening pick, they just kind of had the positional advantage, and UWRF didn't bother to like go around it to actually fight from a better position.
And importantly here, Reaper still has his ultimate.
Nine on the flank here. I think he's probably looking for Queen ult. Queen ult comes out, but from Arizona, but just into a wall.
That's very interesting play. And this corridor that Arizona's currently in is a great opportunity. They're very grouped up for the Queen ult.
However, UWRF has to be careful here. They need to touch point soon.
And the Queen ult coming out getting 4. But, oh, the Reaper ult completely whiffing. UWRF taking sight. The Coalescence comes out.
This ends now.
Yep.
And that is curtains for the overtime.
So UWRF did a really good job of kind of kiting the ultimates that came out of Arizona, as well as just kind of the flubbed Queen ult right into the wall.
And Reaper ult as well.
Yep. So UWRF was able to speed past the Reaper ult. They were able to kite out the Coalescence, and then the Queen ult was kind of just wasted. So UWRF just kind of came in just with the Queen ult and the Coalescence and just kind of cleaned up.
Yep, but will they be able to hold? They do have an ult advantage with Tracer here, but that might not shift the balance that much.
If Tracer is able to get a big stick and Lucio isn't able to get his beat off, it can be huge. And we see the flank here. Is the Pulse Bomb going to come out? It does, but the beat comes out and stops it.
UWRF still has their beat, but it is too little too late.
They're not opting to beat here.
I mean, UWRF is taking out both DPS and Lucio, and the rest fall.
Yeah, while Arizona's Queen was out there killing the Sojourn, the rest of UWRF's team was mopping up Arizona's team. So not quite a trade worth taking there. And 9 going to just run up, and that's going to be the match.
Yeah. So yeah, overall, I think the dive comp is Arizona just wasn't expecting. They put themselves in very precarious situations, very susceptible to the ball outplays.
Yeah, Arizona just wasn't really ever able to figure out what to do into the dive comp. They just kind of kept trying to run to point, kept getting dove, and then kind of losing the fights off of that. And then even when UWRF was mirroring with the rush comp, UWRF was just kind of using their ults, getting more value out of their ults most of the time. And then as well, they were also finding the knife picks with their Queen a little bit more consistently, which was really allowing them to kind of get that first pick in a lot of fights, which does really help you snowball a fight. So even in the rush mirror, UWRF was kind of just playing it just that little bit better, finding those little extra openings and making their ults kind of go the extra mile to really just like take this game.
There you go.
So we've been UWRF Esports. I've been Vinny.
And Wyatt. And we'll catch you later.
Yep. Have a nice night, guys.